Why do some reels blow up whilst others flop? I took one of your reels recently with a really good idea but bad execution, and I'm going to try and fix it, which will then help that reel get more views. When it comes to content, the idea is one thing and then the execution is a secondary thing, and they both need to line up. We're going to deconstruct the whole reel, we're going to look through what works, what doesn't work, and then we're going to edit it down, and we're also going to compare it to another piece of content where the whole idea is working and show what's working for their content against what isn't working. We will look at what I'm changing in the Instagram reel and what you always need to think about while crafting reels to make them great. Okay, so I've downloaded Nathan X's video. He was part of my Instagram audits, which I'm going to host regularly, so keep an eye out for them. If you join my Discord or join the email list, you'll be invited to the Instagram audits. Keep an eye out for them. It's where I break down Instagram accounts. And if you didn't watch the video, I'll put a link to the video where I break down all of the Instagram audits from last week. Right, so I've downloaded his video, and I want to just look at what's happening with this video. First and foremost, this video is 7 minutes long. This is not short form content. Now, I think, from looking at it, I think he's done an Instagram live and he's then posted it as a reel, because after you finish a live, it says, do you want to post this as content? If you're doing them, I would just do a live and then go off live. I'd make short form content, short form content. So looking at this video, it's a lot. It's really long. Nathan's a drummer and he talks a lot before, right, he talks for essentially 2 minutes before he even starts drumming, which is a lot. And we don't need all that at all. Then he plays and 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 he gets his sticks out there, look. And then he's back to playing. Now, essentially, there's like, and then he talks again. That's a lot. It doesn't need to be this long. This is a short form piece of content. And essentially, there might even be 2 or 3 videos within this piece of video content. And if he downloaded this, he could then chop this up and make a couple of pieces of content. And actually, you've got so much of that content there. You've got 7 minutes. You're looking for 20, 30-second reels. If that, you can get a few good videos out of this. Okay, so when it comes to drummers, there's another really good drummer who absolutely nails her content. I just wanted to kind of look at hers first and foremost to show you what she's doing right. So as you can see, she's drumming content and she's got 300,000 of followers. Her drumming content, look, hundreds of thousands of views and really, really good drumming content. Some in the studio, some out live, some just in clubs, and a good mix of content. One thing with hers, which I'm going to play you one of hers now so we can just see what she's doing. So we've got 100,000 views. Let's play this one. Okay, so that was obviously a football song. She obviously posted this during the Euros, wore the England shirt. It was obviously very themed and very timely for that piece of content dropping, but also for that track during the Euros and during the football. It's short, it's punchy, and she's picked a track that really, really summed up the Euros and football in general. So it really works. So you're going to get views off of that because people are going to be into that mood. They're in that kind of vibe of football mode, and you're going to see that person. You're going to see, and we're going to be like, what they're playing. The movement's great. You've got visual hooks, it's really bright, it's really quick, it's really moving. In her caption, she says where you're watching the football from, and it's really pumping. Great piece of content. That's why I got 100,000 views. In comparison, 7 minutes long. It's too long. So we're going to scrub through. I'm just going to scrub through and see what is going on with this piece of content.
I really am. So I'm now going to demonstrate one of my talents that I've been known. Hopefully it's coming through. It's not.
Playing some of this content, there's a few bits in this content. There's a bit right down here where he plays, it's just him and the drums. This can be a separate piece of content. This is all talking. Literally, we can scrub all this. This is all talking. We're going to scrub all this. Now, we've got these 2 bits of content This bit, right, so let's move that off. That's one bit of content. This bit is all of the same of him playing the same. There's a bit there where he's playing some with the sticks. Okay, so there's a second bit of song. So now you can see I've got 3 bits of content now. This is actually starting to look better. We've got this really short bit, which is like 6 seconds. This piece of content, that's a classic drum break. So why don't you just use that as a piece of content? Like, okay, so we've edited this piece of content down, and we're going to use these 6 seconds of this content. It's him playing the drums of a classic drum break. And we want to make this catchy, and we want to make this hooky, and we want to turn this into a great piece of content. The first piece of great when it comes to a great piece of content is the visual. And he's really visual. You can see him playing the drums. If that comes up on your Reels feed, you'll be like, what's he playing? Really visual. He looks cool. The studio's cool. He's got good setup there for drums. Really, really visual. The next thing you want to do is, when it comes to this sort of stuff, is you need to hook people with something on the screen, because 85% of people will watch the reel with the sound off. So you need to get them listening first and foremost. So this is a classic. I said, this is a classic drum break. So do you know these classic drums? You're going to want to, that's going to get you in there. We only want that to pop up for a minute. Then we're going to let it play. So we're going to make that a bit shorter. We only need literally a second of it. That's going to come up. Then he's going to play. Name another track using this break. So you're starting to make it a bit of a challenge. You're starting to kind of pique people's interest. Can you name another track? You're going to get people thinking about, where else do I know these drums? And then we want the call to action, which is vital for any piece of content. What do you want people to do next? And that's going to then say, comment with your guess. And that's it. That's all that piece of content needs to be. And you're going to upload it. You're going to, maybe you need to put a caption on it with the same, but that's essentially that piece of content made. Short, sweet, and it pots the point and makes you look cool. We're going to export that from CapCut, and that's that done. We then have all these other pieces of content, which we can exactly do the same. So he's playing the drums there. And then we have this other piece of content right at the end, where if we listen again, so we have these other drums here at the end. Now this is just him drumming. Every producer is looking for drums. This can then be a different type of challenge. This content could be, producers, do you need some drums? Let's put it in the white box. Let's get the font again so we have a consistency. We're using that steady because it looks quite cool. We're going to just make it smaller, just make it sort of fit in screen. I'm just going to take the rounded corners off. Again, you're making it a challenge. Use these drums in your next track. And then in the caption you can put below, if you use them, let me know, tag me, message me, send me the full track. I'd love to hear your creations with my drums. Really, really simple. The other thing you can do with CapCut for both of these, you can start adding some effects. We can start making it a bit more visual. Like he's moving around quite a bit. If he was more static, then essentially we can use some of the CapCut AI to do some of the work for us. We want some like... We can use CapCut's AI to make it a bit more visually appealing. So essentially we can cut bits out and we can then take this into, we can click on stuff, we can add camera tracking a little bit. We can actually add it across the whole thing. It basically means that it's going to add some AI of him moving around. So look. It's quite cool while that renders. Okay, so that's essentially taking that really, really long piece into a really short bit of content. That's going to get more views, more people commenting, and more engagement. Because we kind of firstly, we're asking for engagement. We're asking for a call to action. We've made it more short and more punchy, and it's made it into a short form piece of content. The final thing we could do is actually add some pattern interruptions. So again, like we're here, we could kind of zoom in and stuff. So can maybe pop it in. So then we're going to add some pattern interruptions. So basically it's more like little visual pattern interruptions where we're going to just basically zoom in into the video, and that's going to make it a little pop out screen a little bit. And it's just going to do something with your eyes, so you're not watching the same thing all the time. Even though he's moving, it just gives that little extra little pop to it. And then we can export that, and that's a piece of content made. As you can see, we've got actually 3 pieces of content out of 1 piece of content. We've got that big middle chunk, which I haven't even looked at, but this is gonna be a long enough video as it is. So there's a couple of ideas in there for you to look at, and hopefully that's gonna give you some ideas for your next piece of content, make your content a bit shorter, a bit more punchy, and give you ideas to really, really improve the content you're doing and take ideas for yourself. Do you want to take your learning further? Then I've created a brand new course, the Instagram Blueprint for DJs and producers. It's gonna help you level up your Instagram. It's gonna help you make better content, and it's gonna really, really improve your growth on Instagram. If you want to grab a copy right now, the link is in the description. Go and grab it right now. It's on sale right now. If you want to go further than that, then my bigger course, the Artist Blueprint, is going to help you with Instagram, but it's also going to help you with SoundCloud, Spotify, getting music signed, getting more DJ gigs, paid advertising, and understand that, and really pushing your brand to the next level. If you want to chat to me about that, then let's jump on the discovery call, and again, the link is in the description. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to chat to me more about any of the things in this video, or want to ask me questions, then jump in the comments, and I'll reply to everyone, and I'll see you in the comments of this video. I've been Graham Farmer, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio. Bye-bye.